This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.
More bodies than John Gotti. The lethal weapon is slain. Just open any book. That's ammo to the brain. What really matters is how well is your weapon trained. Some would say genius, while others would say insane. The weapon power has been witnessed upon many pages. From Martin Luther's dream to Hitler's psycho rage. With more powerful a brain or a 12 gauge. The words I speak have scared many people to this stage. But promote violence, I really have to disagree. It's entertainment, like Terminator on TV. But some will never see is stupid, ignorant, and blind. The lethal weapon's the mind. The lethal weapon.
We're just lucky guys. It's just an incredible, relationship that occurred really early on between Mel Gibson and Danny Glover that made Riggs and Murtaugh these unbelievable characters. They have an incredible relationship. They know each other very well, and they have an unbelievable rapport that you always know which way one's going to act to a given situation and which is virtually opposed to the way the other one will act. But when it comes down to it, they're going to end up being side by side and they'll be together. But we have pretty much anything that moves in this movie. We have working with us. We have big boats, we have big trains, big cars. It's a lot of stuff going on. But look, I always like to think about the Lethal Weapon movies that the action comes out of the character and it serves the character. So we're not just blowing things up for the sake of blowing them up. And we do blow a lot of things up. We're just working within a really good story and a really good yarn. I mean, the picture has always had tremendous spontaneity. There's always been great ad-libbing, so to speak, on the set. I mean, everybody knows the direction we're going. Channing Gibson, who wrote the script, who is no relation to Mel. Channing has done a wonderful job with the story, and the people know where the story's going, but it allows everybody to kind of have fun with the character and with the dialogue. And, of course, Chris more than anyone, and there's great lines, great stuff, great jokes, great things come up, and then we reference back to them. It all comes from this being a big family. Everybody knows they have the permission to do that, and it kind of gives everybody the right to be collaborative and to work together. And I think that's what makes a great movie.
Yeah.
We mixed, we loaded, we edited.
Sometimes we get so deep into conversation that we have separate segments worthy of their own place in the sun.
Here is a reshuffled mini episode.
Welcoming to the show is Slice of Sci-Fi blogger and podcaster Summer Brooks.
Hello.
Hello. And master film connoisseur Ethan Weeks is also on the show.
Nice to meet you all. Talk to you. Thank you.
Well,
Okay,
yeah, Lethal Weapon and Lethal Weapon 2.
Of all our favorite Lethal Weapon moments, there are so many to choose from.
There are.
But I'm glad you brought up the extended DVDs and Blu-rays.
Yes, I have the director's cuts.
I would see cuts from that. I'd be like, what is that scene from? I'm like, oh, I think they had some special edition VHSs, but most people didn't realize there was extra scenes until they got the DVDs back in the day. It's like,
well, that's just it. Those extra scenes from Lethal Weapon 1 and 2 are only on the ones labeled director's cut.
Yeah.
And
he takes out like a skull gunman and some other.
The whole there's one where he's walking up to a school shooter, like there's a sniper, and he's literally just walking up there, no armor, he's just getting close enough to take his shot, but those extended cuts are not on the newer Blu-ray releases or 4Ks. No, they're only on those particular DVDs.
Oh. But yeah, to answer your question on how they count as Christmas movies, it's because basically on rewatches, people realize there's a Christmas tree when Riggs and Murtaugh first have dinner together at Murtaugh's place.
Well, the second one is not a Christmas movie, but the first one definitely is.
Right. I wish the rest of them were Christmas movies.
That would have been too close to Die Hard, though.
Eric Clapton, can you rescore the movie and put in one of your Christmas songs? Will that make it more Christmassy? Does Riggs getting a free dog count as a Christmas present? I don't.
But the first two, but I the third and fourth have problems, but do like them all.
It's wild too. Like, people who hate sequels love most of these movies, but like you're saying, is like part 3 and 4 should be better than they actually are, because you got Crooked Cop and drug rings and Stuart F. Wilson acting his butt off as the main evil bad guy. But then, part 4 basically made Jet Li. He's like in China, you'd be dead. But
3 and 4, the problem is lazy writing.
The
script, really on both of them.
And nowadays, they kind of are like some of the James Bond movies where they're so steroid induced. I can only watch like 20 minutes of them at a time. It's just too much adrenaline that I need in my day-to-day life now.
Yeah, no, I can't watch 3 and 4 anymore. But
no, it's fine. I'm not a teenage boy, so I can't handle that much excitement in one outing. It's too fucking much, you know? It's like 1 and 2 are just fun. I mean, how about the fact that, so I've asked other people this before and they're unsure. Maybe you guys have seen just as many, just so many different genres and shows and even books. Was part 2 the one that kind of popularized the whole cut the red or the blue wire theory?
That when he's on the toilet?
Yeah, when there's the toilet bomb. Because I always wondered, when did that start?
That was in 2, I think.
Yeah, it's in 2.
It is,
no, that goes way, way back.
Okay, no, I just
seen that.
Goldfinger had that.
Oh, that's right. Shit.
And
1964.
So
I think there was an episode or two. Remember the old 70s TV series SWAT?
Yeah.
Love SWAT.
There you go. Okay, so Aaron Spelling's had a lot of bombs going off. So I'd never seen. I'm sure there was something like that on MacGyver as well, but I just always wondered, like, did this one kind of popularize it before every movie had to be like Die Hard Free or Speed?
No, I can remember it in television shows from like the earlier 80s or the 70s.
Okay. I mean,
The Spy Who Loved Me also had something very similar to it.
Oh, shit. That's right. Yeah. It does.
With the nuclear warhead. Yeah.
I'm used to seeing Bond run away from explosions, but he does actually have some cutting wires and everything. And it's just so funny how nowadays everybody just jokes, cut both wires and throw it out and run like hell. You know,
there was one movie I saw not too long ago where all the
forever.
They're told to cut the blue wire, and then they open up the casing, and they're all blue wires.
Yeah. Well, and oh god, what was the other one that just came out recently? They did something similar like that on the Jack Ryan show, and they're just like they're just sweating bullets. But it's just, I mean, there's this other good movie with Anthony Hopkins, Richard Fleischer directed, Juggernaut. That was a 70s.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And it's just like, it is so funny how bombs have always been just a common fear, and we'll always have someone, the last likely to be experienced with disarming it is just in the chair disarming it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the reason it's just so funny in the Lethal Weapon 2 is just like Riggs is just crazy, you know, is like, and Murtaugh is the straight man. He's like, I don't think I have enough time to get off this seat before we all blow up.
And,
the first time they meet is Murtaugh thinks he's a bad guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he just is like, he's got to be dirty or something. And I gotta say, for a movie that is pretty consistent with the tone, the sequels not so much, but 1 and 2 do pretty good at balancing out the comedy with the grit. And I gotta say, that's I always felt it was a very plausible scene where he's having suicide temptations.
Yeah, the first movie where he's like trying to doing the dope deal in the Christmas tree lot, I always thought, I'm like, you see, he's crazy, he's borderline suicidal. He literally has 0 F's left to give in his life.
And it's capitalized by Murtaugh, and he's got the gun to his face. He's go ahead, shoot. And then when he realizes he is going to shoot, he puts his hand down to try to stop it and gets his hand smashed by the hammer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's just it. Like, it amps you up not only for the other shenanigans that are going to happen in the rest of the movie, but it also just all the other stuff could have easily been cliche, soap opera city. And they're just like, I got nothing to live for. My wife died. I still have PTSD. It's getting bad, real bad. What do I do?
But I have a question about Lethal Weapon 2, because I've asked friends of mine, and apparently I'm the only one who thought about this or questioned it. in when they're defusing the device in the bathroom.
That's the one scene we can think of. Yep.
A, did he flush? B, where did the water in the toilet go? And why am I the only person bothered by that?
I thought about it the first time I watched it.
He had pants on, so I think he was about to go and then decided, I can wait. I'm about to
No, his pants were down around his ankles.
Yeah, they were. They were.
Oh, my bad. Okay. Well,
yeah, no.
Did he have just enough time to throw those things up as he was?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Was he flapping in the wind when Martin Riggs pulled him on top of him in the bathtub? I don't know.
Was Danny Glover being hunted by a predator at that same time? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
But yeah.
And they're both Joel Silver.
They're both Joel Silver. There you go. It would have been awesome having Bill Paxton come up and roast.
What is so brilliant to me, well, a lot's brilliant about the first two Lethal Weapons, but like
diplomatic immunity.
How the second one starts right off in the middle of a car chase to me is incredible.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that the first movie to ever do that? I think I remember a critic asking
Probably.
that.
Yeah, because Freebie and the Bean and Prince Connection take a while for their car chases. So.
Yeah, but no, the fight at the end of Lethal Weapon 1 between him and Gary Busey. Oh my!
And then it's all for nothing. They're like, the guy's gonna keep cheating and finding a gun to try and take you down.
But it's so visceral and brutal because you finally have this fight where literally they've thrown like 10 or 15 punches and you see them tired. They are tired, but they are still going at it.
Mel Gibson apparently was a black belt, but apparently I kid you, Silver, when he's not wanting to be the guy who comes up with the idea first, he wants to also, like, he actually is looking at the script. He's like, I don't know how to write, but you got something here, you know.
The other thing is that the other two things that he did that I really celebrate him for is that he made, you know how we always say that sequels are never the same. I mean, except for maybe The Empire Strikes Back, we never think of right. We didn't like the Wrath of Khan. Yeah, good one. I'm sorry, but Lethal Weapon 2 was so much better than Lethal Weapon 1. Oh yeah, by yards.
Good one.
I will say this: I like Lethal Weapon. I think it's a solid movie, but no, Lethal Weapon 2 is
miles above.
Lethal Weapon 2 is just such an insane fun movie. I mean,
save for introducing Joe Pesci, but to be fair, he's the most tolerable there. Do you guys have any favorite Lethal Weapon moments?
Lethal Weapon 2 is probably, to me, Lethal Weapon 2 is the best of all of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love the
right. But what are your favorite moments other than
obviously the diplomatic immunity.
The diplomatic immunity I use, especially when I was doing video games. But like, don't you just love a movie where it's like, we got to defuse a bomb, and it's while Murtaugh's on the toilet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hit the bomb squad, and that movie definitely. I mean, if anything, to the movie's credit, that was definitely one of the first where I saw the whole blue wire, red wire argument.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what do I cut? Cut them both and run like hell, you know. And I feel sorry for anyone who had to film that whole scene. And I do love though how, you know, Mary Ellen Trainor, who, rest in peace, Mrs. Robert Zemeckis, was the counselor. And it was always just so funny. It's like they treat her right, but at the same time, like every movie is like Riggs and Murtaugh are like, I do not want to see the counselor, you know. But okay, she's actually really nice. I'm just gonna pretend to listen just so she'll dismiss us and we'll just get back to work. But I mean, but it was always just so fun seeing all the other police SWAT guys. Dean Norris was one of the officers. Little Johnson, Ronell Bush from Die Hard would often appear playing a different cop each movie.
Yeah, I would say there's probably a lot of crossover between them because, you know, the same producer.
Yeah.
Absolutely, but to Silver's credit, like I don't feel like he's like Rick Berman was with Star Trek, where he wouldn't worry about the script and he would market it poorly around the time there was too many other similar sci-fi fantasy epics coming out, and I don't feel like it was. I definitely don't feel like he was as oversaturated as Jerry Bruckheimer. He just wanted to keep a few sequels going and then have a few other new ventures by filmmakers he was on good terms with, and then to his detriment, then he starts pushing other projects that no one wants but he thinks could be really good. I'm like, you're not going to make your money back. This is not a good premise. And yeah, I mean, it's just there's so much, but Lethal Weapon is just interesting. Just looking back at just how, again, you got this Vietnam vet turned cop, and then you got this old school cop who keeps joking, "I'm going to retire," and never does. And then
I'm too old for this shit.
And I think where I get disappointed with the third one is there's a cool crooked cop, heist crew storyline, and Stuart F. Wilson is nailing it as the bad guy, but unfortunately very underused. But I think that's just it. Like, unlike most lesser sequels, part 3 and 4 of Lethal Weapon have kept surviving because people just they really are just fun, energetic movies that Richard Donner gets good performances. And
I've seen 3 once, and it's like
that's the only time you need to see it. Yeah.
I barely remember it anymore. And
the only good part was seeing some of the henchmen follow them around, and him and Rene Russo were flirtatious, but then he like stills a dog when they're going after the bad guys at one point, and Mel Gibson just loves doing wacky dog comedy. So I think this is it. It just was so weird and distorted, and I think that's just it. I think at this point in Silver's career is like these movies were just becoming very above average junk food, for lack of a better word. Like, it's just, I remember it, even though it wasn't very good, but yet it kicked more ass than usual. So what do I say? And I do think it would have been more interesting had Riggs died. And I have no desire to see Lethal Weapon 5. I know Mel Gibson keeps saying, "I'm going to direct it." I'm like, please don't. You don't have a good track record.
Please don't.
I can't.
The passion of Gibson.
The thing is now I can't. I have trouble I have trouble watching Mel Gibson anymore. As far as problematic actors go, I mean, we just watched The Usual Suspects, which, I mean, you have another problematic actor in there. Probably more than one.
Fantastic movie, though.
Yeah,
it is.
Movie,
it is
like
a great movie.
You're like, and I think that's just it. Like, I saw some people trying to make an argument. Well, to be fair, he was playing a villain. I'm like, yeah, but that's not the point. I thought he was just a good actor. I have trouble seeing a villain performance when I know the guy is actually a douchebag in real life. It was like, they were then it brings into a question: were they really a good actor, or were they just playing their own ruthless self?
Or were they just were they just themselves?
But yeah, Jet Li stills the fourth one, I think, just because he is. But for the people kind of forget, like, for the first part of Lethal Weapon, there's a very stupid Jaws parody that's kind of well timed. They still have the song come out when they're like ambushing all these henchmen, but like it's like all the henchmen are like getting in constant like car chases, and at one point like they basically just hired Chris Rock to just do your stand up.
Okay. And this is my case against watching Lethal Weapon 4. And that is
good. You're not going to offend anybody. I get it. I can't watch them anymore.
Joe Pesci,
so damn long.
Joe Pesci and Chris Rock in the same movie. No. I could take one or the other, but not both together.
Well,
and I mean,
that's the other thing.
And I'm talking about, I mean, Chris Rock, he's going to be in a reissue of a movie coming up hopefully soon. It's been ages since I've seen it. But the finally re-release of Dogma is coming.
Let's hope.
With Chris Rock.
That would probably be the best thing, unlike his Saw regurgitation.
It is Dogma is coming. It's coming probably they're saying like March or April for a release. Because Kevin Smith wants to do a theater release of it because it's been so long.
Well, let alone a good Kevin Smith.
Yeah. Well, he's grown himself, so
I hope. As long as it's not yoga hosers, I'm down. I don't know what it is with him hiring Johnny Depp's kids. It's not a good idea. But yeah, I mean, Lethal Weapon is just wild because like when you get to those sequels, like part 3 and 4, I'm like, I can watch this, but only kind of like a sketch show. I can only watch them in increments because they're just so long, and it's just weird how we were. Like we were just testosterone driven in the 70s to 90s, and then we got to that point where, I can't. This is like if I were to watch all 3 Lord of the Rings back to back. I can't do that now. I gotta split this up.
Oh God, no.
Can't do it anymore.
I mean, I couldn't. I went to the theater when Civil War came out.
Oh God, Avengers.
The Avengers, the Avengers marathon in the theater.
Oh man,
I had to leave during Age of Ultron because it's like, okay, I have to go home and shower and like eat something real because the theater theater food kind of sucks. And when you're eating it all day, so yeah, I'm gonna leave during Ultron because that movie was meh.
Yeah,
and I'll come back for I'll come back for Civil War.
Yeah, 3 and 4 I can do. Yeah, I don't need the first 2 at all.
Oh, the first one is great. First Avengers is great. It's a good intro. It's a good intro.
Once you shoot through the plot, you're like, Loki's not a very well done villain. He's Hans Gruber light.
Well, speaking of food, I better get some in me.
Yeah, no, it was fun. But okay, no. So these were all awesome segments. Wait, would you guys want to promote anything before we go, or Jasen Bach and Rockside?
Oliver, go ahead.
You can join Jason and I on In Your Ear Holes every other week. We celebrate some music. Well, we celebrate is in quotes. Some
celebrate. Yeah.
Some music from the 70s, 80s, 90s. Sometimes we touch into the aughts and the last decade as well. And you can also join us. We're 34 movies in to the Masochist Movie Collective, or as I like to call it, a Masochist Movie Puddle Bros.
You guys surprise me every time on that. I'm like, I don't think Oliver's gonna like this. And next thing you know, Oliver's like, this was fun, and everyone else is like, oh no, damn this movie. But it's really playful. It's really fun. You guys, again, it's just like, it's what I want to hear in a podcast review. Friends watching a movie together instead of, I'm going to destroy this movie. It's like, no. There's already enough snobbery in the world. Let's have fun.
We're doing a good movie this time.
A good movie.
A great comedy. One of the great original spoof movies of all time. And that is Airplane.
There you go.
Airplane from 1980.
Harry.
So you could find me at aliencg.com on Blue Sky. You could find our In Your Ear Holes podcast at inyourearholes.com.
You can post them on Twitter, but there's no guarantee.
I turn notifications off for Twitter, so I go back the only reason I went on today and I noticed, oh, there's a message notification, and then I was like, oh yeah, we're supposed to do this podcast. When is it? And it's tomorrow night. So it's a good thing I looked. Yes, I'm aliencg.com, inyourearholes.com on Blue Sky. And then the show hole on Blue Sky.
Nice.
theshowhole.com on Blue Sky.
Yep.
I'm using all the custom domains for Blue Sky usernames because hey, I'm special. So
very special.
Thank you very much for having us, Cam.
It's always a delight,
thanks.
guys. And again, I just love now it's a very consistent network. You guys are having fun, just one big giant family instead of, let's force this friendship or collaboration. It's like you're in it to win it. You want to have a fun sit down on no matter which show you're on.
So yeah, thanks for
Always
having
delight.
us.
Yes.
Always fun being here. And
you guys kicked serious ass. It was awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Do not. I had a junior high theater gal. Like, this is before his career went to shit, with scandals and everything. But like, she had her whole like theater room just with nothing but Mel Gibson movie posters. Braveheart. Anyway, yeah, she just had all kinds of Mel Gibson blockbuster movies up there, and I just always found it funny how it's just like this kind of made him take on more crazy, brilliant roles. It just was the Riggs character because he could have easily been just a lame Rambo knockoff, and he was his own ballsy guy.
One movie of his that I was surprised I liked was Ransom.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Payback was good, I thought.
Payback was good too.
Payback was really good.
Payback's a remake of Point Blank.
Is it a remake of that? Because I thought there was another remake of Point Blank.
It's based off those same Parker novels. So I mean,
yeah,
The Man Without a Face is a very underrated movie no one saw, but took on all these great movies, and that's just it. It was just like, hey, brilliant actors. Say what you want about him as a person. Is like, yeah, he got into these kind of material that I can't see anyone else just easily pulling off either. So I think that's why he was hot shit for a while. Is like
he was a good bad guy in Continental.
Yeah, right.
I was going to say, what movie is it that has Lorna introduced where they're comparing scars?
It's the third one.
Yeah, I think so. Because after they still back those dogs. And that's the other thing, too. It's so funny is Riggs always has a dog who's his number one companion who he can learn how to feed. And so that's kind of the only thing keeping him alive. It is wild to think that he almost died at part 2, and then they changed the draft. It's like he lives, but with a lot of wounds.
I love Mr. Joshua Gary Busey's first scene with the lighter under the arm. That's such a great intro.
That's scary, and
I love that.
That's what makes him stand out. Is he's basically Riggs if he were to just go off the deep end. It just.
Mr. Joshua, your left arm, please.
Yeah. I mean, it's gross, but it makes the point without just feeling like they just did that just for the hell of it. And don't you love how Mark Rolston, the bad guy who they're chasing in part 2, you've seen him as Drake in Aliens, and Rush
Supernatural.
Hour. Yeah, he was on Supernatural, Shawshank Redemption. But I love how it's so funny. You think he's going to be one of the main bad guys. He comes up to the guys.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's so hysterical how they already have, cleaner stuff on the background that they're going to wrap him in. Is like, we're here to dispose of you. And you should have known that.
I'm making sure I'm standing on plastic.
Yeah. It's like,
that's the line that.
He has an entire segment in a documentary called "That Guy Who Was in That Thing."
I believe it. Mark Ralston, you mean?
Yeah. That's a great documentary. If you ever get to see
that.
Yeah, I loved Ralston's part where he's like he would get stopped by people at the grocery store. He's like, "Lady, I'm not the bad guy whoever you saw on whatever show. And why are you doing this to me in front of my kid while we're checking out at the store?"
They forget people are actors. You mean?
It's like this gal had seen him on The Good Wife or one of those crime shows.
And that documentary you're talking about, that one guy, there's the one guy in that documentary that was in an episode of Babylon 5.
Oh, yeah.
The bad guy that was on trial or something.
Well, that was Ralston. Yeah.
That was him. That was the same guy. He was the serial killer.
Yeah, and then you want to know who the hell killed him, who's the vigilante, and it's just him and the Brad Dourif as the cult leader. Just they had some great guest stars in that show, but I think that what I dig even more is a lot of these guys. Again, they've been working steadily since late 70s, early 80s, and to their fan base and just people who watch too many movies is like that you can name a gazillion things just off the bat and sometimes they have to be reminded of it because they haven't seen it since it like first aired and they added it to the reel, you know.
Right.
I heard in a night class that, talking about people thinking that you're that person, that soap operas, when couples got married in soap operas, viewers would actually mail in wedding gifts.
Yeah.
They thought it was real. And there was a certain segment of the viewership that would do that. And how crazy is that?
It is crazy. That just shows
the reality TV that's not real too, you know.
We thought
maybe,
that I think we've had to wake up. We thought toxic fandom was a recent thing. Is like there's still before reality TV, and we had to tell people that's staged as well. It's just so funny having to tell them
this was in the 80s. I heard this. Yeah,
it's like you're too into the plot. If you think, why not just say great job and leave it at that? Good grief.
Well, there's a disconnection from reality. So I wonder how much of a percentage of America is disconnected from reality.
Oh.
Well, heck, it goes back to the Orson Welles War of the Worlds broadcast.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, and we need more villains like that. I mean, because Running Man and all those other over-the-top blockbusters, we can say, hey, they're dumb, fun action movies, but they do have some cool concepts just illustrating social norms gone awry and just society gone to shit. So I think that's the other thing, too. It is so funny how with movies like these Lethal Weapon type movies, I mean, I see people who don't even like cop movies or buddy films, and they watch these movies. That's how infectious the fame and fortune was with this. It's just like, it's just good movie that people saw and liked, but no one knew how to replicate.
Yeah.
And so you can name a bunch of good buddy movies, but then you can name a bunch of really awful bad buddy movies where you're like, oh, good Lord, what was that?
You know about Richard Donner and Joel Silver? Like, I guess Joel Silver screwed over Richard Donner before the fourth Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, Silver.
You know about that?
Yeah,
okay.
He basically
went behind his back.
He sent him some extra money, but then Donner and his lawyers are looking at it and they're like, if I sign this, then this means Silver collects a bunch of interest. So he called Silver to let him know he had ripped it up, and then is like, never call me ever again.
Richard Donner supposedly is really all about, fair play and
it was a total FU. It's like, you're gonna make interest off me, the guy who
wanted a different director for Lethal Weapon 4 too, but it didn't happen. We got Richard Donner again. That's what I heard.
I wouldn't doubt it. I'm sure he was just like, hey, you're gonna hire me because I'm the only one who can get this done the right way.
What's funny is when you look at promotions for Lethal Weapon 3, Joel Silver and Richard Donner are especially promoting them together in interviews, okay?
Yeah.
And then when you look at Lethal Weapon 4's promotions, it's just Richard Donner each time. So it's
Well, and that's just it. He had some producing power, especially with how him, Zemeckis, and Hill co-owned Tales from the Crypt. And so I think at that point, he's like, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it my way. And you're not going to question it because I've gotten you your money. You need to just chill. And I think that's just it. I think Silver, he was a mixture of insecure versus he wanted to play up the bad guy presence to get it done. And it's like, no, Silver's the same guy who once stood up Spielberg. Who the hell does that? Like, Spielberg comes into his office saying, hey, I'm producing this movie. It's called Casper the Friendly Ghost. Can we use the Crypt Keeper to make a cameo in? And he just stands him up for a whole hour. And it's like, good gravy. And he had to talk to someone else just to get it done.
Yeah.
We'll return after these messages.
Hey, it's Brent Pope, the host of Breakfast with Brent Pope. You've seen me on some of your favorite TV shows saying things like, give it up, Jimmy. You got to sink this putt to win. On Breakfast with Brent Pope, I sit down with guests from the entertainment world, and we do it all over breakfast. Or should I say Brentfast? Every week on Brentfast, you get inside Hollywood info and tips, great breakfast recs and foodie debates. Most of all, you get the most delightful 30 minutes of your week. So dig in. It's Brentfast time. Listen at Brentfast.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever fine podcasts are found.
Welcome to the Better Call Daddy Show, the #1 podcast where we admit, no matter what happens, Daddy has the advice we need to fix our problems.
Introducing my dad, Mr. Wayne Friedman.
That was good. It would be nice if you could also sing a song.
What would the song be?
You love Paris in the springtime. I just made up some words to it.
I love Rena in the springtime. I love Rena in the fall.
That's right. That's good enough.
What I do is interview people of interest, share it with my dad, and get my dad's advice. My dad is my hero. Nobody's got my daddy.
Oh boy, let's go to Grandpa.
You like to be a little rebel. I tried to rein you in. I have a daughter named Rena that acts just like I did. She's got a son that is not only just like me, but it's just like her.
I'm your host, Rena Friedman Watts.
Invite your friends, subscribe, and I'm excited to take this journey with you.
Let's dive in.
She was teasing this guy with this sword, and she accidentally cut his dick.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
And then he started to enjoy it.
I started going down the phone sex rabbit hole. You've got the wankers, and they jerk off in 5 seconds, and then they're done because A, they don't want to spend money, and B, they're quick.
My stepfather had mania. If I'm yelling at one of my kids, that fear, that rigid fear.
Mom even said to me, I hope you have a kid just like you.
There are lots of people that are being bought and sold right now for profit.
If you think you're going to kill yourself, shut up and kill yourself. If you're not going to kill yourself, then shut up, smarten up, and it's all on you. The bullshit has to end.
Wow.
When I was 11 years old, I was raped and molested over the course of a year.
What Jeffrey Epstein had was a sickness inside of him.
I am Evan Castrilli Carmichael. I could do anything that I believe that I can.
I'm so excited too. Let's go.
Next on Better Call Daddy with my mom and my grandpa.
Stay tuned.
Follow us on the web on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The podcast is available on Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Apple, and anywhere else podcasts are available. Feel free to review our show and leave comments on any of those sites. Thanks a million for listening.
It's a jacked up review show.